Hey folks, DJ with the Rabbit Score Garage, and today we're gonna recondition this axe. It's, you know, not extremely old, but it's older, and it's got some problems on the head. Like this corner here is chipped off, and there's a big chip in the blade here, and you can tell it's been pounded on quite a bit because the butt's been mushroomed out a lot. The other thing is the wedge. Let me see if I can get it in there. The wedge is starting to come out, and somebody put two little metal wedges in there, but there's still a good portion of it missing here in the front, which is going to eventually weaken this, and it'll come off. And the head does move just a little bit. Probably can't see it on camera. I can feel it. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get that going today. And actually I have two. I've got this big splitter of his too that I'm going to be doing, but it's, you know, I'm going to do it after I do this one. This handle is actually really good. The same issue though, the wedge is coming out on it, and it's got one of those circular wedges. So I think I'm going to also pull the handle off of this one at some point, but well, that's another video for a later time. So let's go ahead and get started on this one. Alright, first thing we need to do is get this head off, and the wedges are just way too far down in there for me to try to dig them out, so I'm going to have to just try to push this handle through the way it is. And like I said, it's already a little bit loose, so it probably will just come off pretty easily. So all I'm going to do is take it out to the garage, put it in a vise, and try to tap that out. So let's go do that. Alright, I'm going to get it here in the vise, and let's see if I can't pop this handle out fairly easily. Alright, well, I found this big bolt. I don't remember what it was even for now, but I think it was for a coil spring compressor. But it looks like it'll be just fine to try to pop this out. So let's give it a whirl. And I am using a deadpan hammer. I don't know if you can see there, but it's already coming out some. And I'm not even hitting it that hard, really, because I'm just using this little thing. So, alright, we're going to pull out the big dog. I call this the attitude adjuster. It's real old too. The handle's even bent on it. So at some point I'll probably make this a project. Look, it's got a bolt holding the head in there. But still works. Yeah, it's not, the head's not tight on it, but there we go. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and use the bench grinder to get rid of the mushrooming on the head, and see if we can't manipulate that tip a little bit and remove this chip. We'll do some fine tuning on it afterward, but just for right now I'm just trying to get a little shape into it. So here we go. When you're doing this, make sure that you don't heat the metal up, because you don't want to ruin the temper on the head. We've taken off the mushrooming, and I'm going to clean this all up and make it look a lot better once we get back in the house. I'll use the belt sander on it, and then we're going to, oh, I need to fix the blade. Let me get that. Alright, we've almost got the head ready. Looks pretty decent. Did the best I could up here. I didn't want to take too much off again, but this chip is still in there, so as soon as I get that out, we'll be good. So let me finish that up, and we'll get it back in the house. Alright, there we are. Turned out pretty well. We got rid of the big chip here, and we got rid of all the chips in the blade, even the real big one up in there. So now we're gonna go ahead and take it back in the house and start cleaning the rest of it up and shining it up and all that good stuff. So let's go. All right, we got it back in the house. Now I'm gonna put it on the belt sander and try to get rid of some of this rust and big pits and stuff, and try to clean the blade up a little bit. So here we go. You know, I'm realizing that this is pretty pitted, and I'm just gonna fill my belt up with rust. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop this in some vinegar and salt mixture to chew out the rust. So let me go get that started. All right, so here's what I'm just basically using distilled white vinegar that you can get at the grocery store, cheap, and some salt. And what we're going to do is mix that in here. I'm just going to go ahead and pour some salt in. You can be generous with the salt. Get you some vinegar in there. Take and just stir it up a little bit. Okay, now we're going to drop our head in there and fill it up the rest of the way so the whole thing's covered with vinegar. And there we go. Now we just let that sit for a while. What I'll do is I'll probably let it sit for about a half hour, come back and take a steel brush to it and put it back in, and just keep doing that until I don't get any more rust coming off of the head itself. Okay, while we're waiting on that mixture, I'm going to go ahead and get the wood shims out of this handle and start cleaning the handle itself up. Actually, the head was sitting pretty good on it, so I'll have to, you know, change it just a hair, but not much at all. So, alright, I'm going to go ahead and start working on getting that out of there. Usually you just use a screwdriver and pop it out. Well, I say usually. I've never really done it, but anytime I'm working on stuff, I just use a screwdriver. This is the first time I've ever taken an axe handle off, and I'm going to put another one back on. Figure out a way to get those wedges out of there, though. Yeah, there we go. So see, it had these little wood wedges in. I know there's another metal wedge in here somewhere. So I can still see that metal wedge in there, and it's slowly coming out though. Oop, almost. See, I can't just. There it goes. There's the second wedge. Yeah. Alright, that's about as good as I'm going to get it with the belt sander. Yeah, so now I'm just going to go ahead and just hand sand this. Get it done. Alright, well, it's been about a half hour. So now I'm just going to take this axe head and just brush it with a steel brush. Get off any loose rust that's already coming. You can see the water changing colors already. Down in the eye too, because alright, and I'm going to let that sit for about another half hour while we continue on with the handle. Alright, I've got the handle all sanded down now. All the lacquer's gone. So I'll be able to use some some good, oh, I need to fix those two little spots there. Anyway, I'll be able to use the linseed oil on boiled linseed oil. And you can see I rounded this out a little bit just so it didn't have such sharp shapes. Yeah, handle's ready to go. Yeah, now we're just waiting on the axe head to be finished, and I'll be able to slide it on here and find out, you know, what still needs to be adjusted, and to go ahead and make sure it fits good. Then we'll have to make a wedge for it because I don't have any wedges that'll work. All I've got is this one. It's about an inch too short, so I want one that goes all the way across. So I'm just gonna have to make one. We'll figure that out too. But for now, this is done, and we're just waiting on the axe head. Well, I couldn't find any wood to make it a wedge out of, so I'm gonna try my luck at this. I don't even know what kind of wood it is, but it was out there in the wood. It looks like ash, maybe. I don't know. I had it in my garage, and I just thought, well, I'll just cut a chunk of it out. There it goes. Whew. Okay. I probably should go get my circular saw, but whatever. I'm here now. Not that long. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that might have been the perfect thing to make a wedge. Look at that. Let's see how wide it is. There it is. It is long enough and wide enough. Okay. Well, there it was. That was easier than I thought. So now I just need to clean this up and make a wedge out of it. Okay. What do you think, folks? Huh? Got a wedge. And it's just the right size. Yeah, that was actually easier than I thought it would be. So, alright. Now, back to the head. Pull the head out and scrub it again. It's coming off, you can see it. You can see it's still getting rust. See how water's still browning up as I brush? And I'll just keep doing this. I might do this like, I don't know, 4 or 5 more times at least, probably. Just about every half hour, come check it and do this. Or you could just let it sit for like 2 days, whatever. But I like this because I get it all done. I don't have to worry about waiting. You know, I don't have to sit and wait. I can get my work done in 1 day, hopefully. Let me tell you something. If you have a cut on your hand and you're messing with vinegar and salt, it does not feel good. All right, let that soak some more. Well, I went ahead and stained his axe handle, and I forgot to actually tape it. But you can see it here. It's what is this? It's Rust-Oleum wood stain Kuna. I can't tell. I got a stain spot on top of it. It's dark, but now it's time to kind of. You're supposed to let it sit for a little bit and then wipe the excess off. So it's time to do that. And we'll get a good look at what the handle's gonna look like. So, there you go. Nice and dark. Looking good in my opinion. I like it a lot. I hope he does. Alright, this stain has been drying for a while, and I'm going to go ahead and sand it down, and what that's going to do is just take it'll brighten or lighten it all up a little bit. So, get that out of the way. We don't want it crazy dark. We just want it dark enough to, you know, give it its own character. And when you get it like this and you sand it, a lot of the character of the wood will come out, like these scars, you know. That's what I call them in wood. They're scars. And you know what they say, right? Scars are tattoos with better stories. So. There you go. Gives it a little more of a, in my opinion, just gives it a little better look, you know. It's not too dark, but it's definitely darker than it was. And you'll get stuff like, this is the grain of the wood. I didn't do that. That's what it really shows, is the actual grain of the wood. So I like doing this. I like that. I like this color, and I think I'll leave it like that. All right. We're about to pull that head back out. I forgot about that. So we're going to pull it out. We're going to get it going. All right. I think we're about done here. I've been scrubbing and scrubbing, and I'm still not getting any more residue. So that's about as good as it's going to get. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse it off. And then we're going to start working on shaping the blade a little bit and sharpening it. Me personally, I like the little dark spots. It shows how old the blade is, for one, but also that, again, I subscribe to this thing lived a life. So it shows the life this thing has been through, you know. So yeah. So we're going to go ahead and stop there with the patina, or the rust removal / patina. But if you notice, like I said, if you got a couple hours, you can just sit with a brush, some vinegar and salt, and you'll end up like this. Or you can spend the money on some Evapo-Rust and do the whole electrolysis thing and just wait a couple days. So it's up to you. This is the way I like to do it. So alright, I'm gonna go rinse this off, and then we'll start shaping the beard. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and start shaping the beard of this thing and getting it going. And we're gonna try to sharpen it up a little bit. I think I'm just gonna leave the rest of it alone, just to leave it like it is. I may sand it down a little bit, just so it goes into the wood smoother. But I kind of like the way it looks right now. So here we go. Wait, oh, there it is. So what I'm trying to do is keep my center line. If you notice, this side is a little bit this one's done too much, so I need to do more on this side. And at the bottom it looks okay, so we'll just we'll need to take a little bit more off on this side just to keep the blade center lined, you know. So if you notice, I'm also trying to, you know, hit these while I'm at it. And I noticed while I was working that there's a lip in here. So I'm going to try to use my round file to get rid of that lip. That way it doesn't affect the way the blade works. I don't know if you can see it there, but right there, there's a lip. It's not on the other side. Well, there's a little bit, but this one's real bad. And that's going to stop the axe head from sitting down on the handle correctly. So, yeah, I'm going to keep doing that. I won't bore you with it. I'll bring you back when I'm done. I think I've got it where I want it. It still has its character up in here. And here, of course. But I am making the blade nice and smooth. So, I'm going to go from this to about I don't know, about 220. You know what? I've already got one on my other belt sander, so let's just use it. Alright, there we go. Okay, we're gonna call it there. As you can see, it's pretty good. I could use a little more sanding, but this is actually going to be a working axe, so I'm not too worried about getting it perfect. Alright, I got the axe head on, and I haven't put the wedge in yet, but it looks like it's seating up real well. I don't see any gaps. There's a tiny gap right there in the front. So we're just going to keep popping the handle. Let's see if I can get rid of that. And there it is. There we go. Alright, so that wedge wasn't big enough. We're going to use this one now. Should work better. Yeah, it's gonna work much better. Alright, there we go. We've got to sand it down a little bit more. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some sorry, my back is hurting me really bad. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some more linseed oil where I just grinded and make sure that gets coated. This is putting the linseed oil on here, especially well, is going to help the handle. It's going to swell up and fit in the axe head better. So you want to make sure you get it down inside really good too. All right, we're going to try this wedge again. Let's get the handle or the head on there and see what we get going. Head slides on pretty good and it's staying on there, so we're going to go ahead and pop it a couple times. Any curling? Just a little bit of curling right there, which is fine. We can leave that. So okay, let's go ahead and put our wedge back in. Put it this way to fill up that front a little better. Alright, we're good. Not bad. Again, it's the first time I've done this, so I'm still learning, but I think it turned out pretty well. Look at the whole thing. Again, I still have to blue it. I'll show you that too, but I'm going to do a cold blue. But all in all, not bad. Brought it back to life. So there it is. Let me go blue it and I'll show you the final results. Alright, well there it is. I've got it oiled up. It's blued. It's ready to go. And I hope he likes it. He's my brother, and he also has a YouTube channel. It's called Rambling Schizo. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, go ahead and look him up. But this is his axe, and I think it's done pretty well. So alright, if you could, go ahead and like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.